Here with Miami coach Anthony Noreen after a 4-2 loss to number 16 North Dakota, and we'll take some questions.
Not the result that you wanted, but a lot of bright spots throughout that game. You went toe-to-toe with North Dakota, a team loaded with NHLers, future NHLers. And what was your assessment of the way your guys played tonight?
Way better than last night. Way better. I know we might think like, oh, we were up yesterday. Like, we didn't like the way we played yesterday at all. From start to finish, did not like it. Even if we would have won that game, and I know we haven't won a game like in a while, that would have been my assessment. Didn't like the way we played. Tonight, we liked the way we played. We thought we stuck together. We thought we took some steps maturity-wise. Special teams got to be better. We give up 2 power play goals. We go for 3 on the power play. That was the difference in the game. But I just thought our team game was way better. I thought we were harder. I thought we were more physical. Didn't give up nearly as many chances. And I thought we were able to generate a lot more offensive zone time just by being hard and heavy and playing with an identity and an attitude. And, I thought some guys specifically that were really good, like, Mo and Shoop and Tanyan as a line. I mean, there's 2 guys that haven't played a lot this year or maybe gotten as many minutes. And Shoop, you could look at that as maybe getting put down with those guys. With those 3 guys, that was our best line. I didn't even think it was close. I thought they generated a lot of offensive zone time for us. I thought they generated chances. They drew penalties. And I thought our team really built off that when they had those shifts.
When you were getting those goals, late in the first and in that second, you mentioned creating a lot of offensive zone time. You had a flurry of action, a flurry of chances, and able to connect, particularly on that second goal, the Waldron goal. How were you able to generate so much more offensive zone time?
I just think our mindset and attitude was totally different. I thought we played a more mature game. I mean, that rush, we talked about last night standing here that, some of our immature mistakes led to a bunch of chances against and a bunch of time in our own zone. Whereas you look at that entry and it started Colby, whereas, last night we had some chances where we were 1-on-4, we didn't have a numerical advantage, and we went in and we tried to get around a guy. And instead, Colby uses his speed, he drives wide, he pushes them back, he delivers a puck. Now we win a race. Vito gets in, finishes a check, we're over top of him. Our D goes down, we have a guy covering. Like, we were just interchangeable in all the things that we say, one of the terms we use is consistency leads to creativity. When you're on the same page and you play the way that we practice and the way that we talk about it, the way we show video, then all of a sudden your skill comes out. Then, our structure is there to give us opportunities to use our skill, and I thought that was a really good example of it. Then you saw guys using some creativity and making some plays and kind of going off script a little bit, and that's what you could do when you get pucks back and you create time and space for yourself. And I think we had 4 chances on that scrum, and goalie made some big saves. We had a post, and then good to see us put it in and get it tied. I mean, very easily, you're down 2-0. You could feel sorry for yourself after last night. I didn't think our group did that at all. I thought we actually attacked it, and I thought that the back half of the first and the second period was, arguably the best hockey we played this season.
Early on in that first, gave up a couple of odd man rushes going the other way, including that goal by Strathman, a little breakaway for him, but cleaned it up not just mid-game, but mid-period. How are you able to clean that up and take maybe one other odd rush the other way?
Yeah, and obviously we can't have those from the start, but they were very clearly trying to get behind us. In trying to really press our D with some guys flying behind. And I thought our Ds did a good job from that point on of just kind of falling inside the dots and not letting anybody behind us. And really, I thought our forwards did a really good job working back and working over the top of them to limit their time and space.
Coach's choice of Miller in net, your third goalie, played very well. What went into the decision to play him tonight?
Thought he deserved it. I think a little bit of both. And it was nothing. It was nothing against Bruno. We also just felt after the way things went last night that's a hard one as a goalie to come back from. And, we thought Bruno gave us every bit of effort that he could have last night. I thought he made some big saves, to give us a chance. But we just felt, listen, Millsy, everything right now is about culture for us. And Millsy's a kid that shows up every day. He does it right. He works. He's never complained. He supported the other 2 goalies. He's a good goaltender. You can look on paper and say, oh, he's your third. He's a good goaltender. And I think he showed that tonight, so good for him.
You probably never had 4 weeks off as a coach at any point. What do you do for the next 4 weeks to stay fresh and be ready for January?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's not ideal. It's not the schedule. It's what it is. It's a schedule we came into, so we're going to use it for what it is, and we're going to try and turn it into a positive. Obviously, the guys got finals next week, so they really need to focus in on that. We're going to have some captain's practice for them. They're going to get a little bit of break, probably longer than ideal, to go home and spend some time with family, which is well needed to get some rest and get some time with the family. I always felt, I know most players, when you're in hockey season, like, you're always excited to go home, then you get home and you can't wait to get back to hockey because you miss it and you miss the guys, and hopefully they come back excited. And then when we come back, we're gonna have a couple long weeks before we get out to Denver, so we'll get creative. We're gonna do some team building. Obviously we're gonna continue to push and make sure our aerobic level and fitness level is high, and then we'll obviously have a long time to get ready for probably the best team in the country.
Having 4 weeks off, a couple major injuries. Can you give an update on Dahlmeyer and Dukovac?
Waiting to hear a report on Dahlmeyer from some testing today. We're hopeful that it'll be right around that timeline, but don't have an answer on that one yet. And I know the hope for Duco is to probably get active right around that time. As far as either one of their availability for Denver, not sure. I think over these weeks, and certainly by the time we come back, we'll probably have a little bit more clarity on both those guys and Willie.
We're here with Miami's Johnny Waldron after a 4-2 loss to number 16 North Dakota, and we'll take some questions.
Johnny, the late first period and through the second period, seemed like you were really able to shift the ice and take it to them, able to tie things up. How were you able to do that?
I think just kind of guys were just getting a grasp of when to make the right play, which is super situational. But I forget whose line was it. I think it was Choops, Tanyan, and Morrison. They had a really good start for that first goal, just making the right play at the right time, and they kind of gave us some momentum, and then we kind of just built off that.
You personally went through a stretch where you weren't able to light the lamp, but here too this weekend, a couple assists last night as well. How's your game? Have you been able to sort of not get frustrated with not being able to find the back of the net, and then sort of change things and be able to get these goals this weekend?
I don't know how to not get frustrated. I usually get pretty mad, but I think hockey is not fair sometimes. Sometimes you have really good games, and then you don't show up on the score sheet, and then sometimes you just have okay games, and it's every puck goes in. So that's kind of why we stick to a structure and have details in our game of what we can consistently do, because sometimes it's not always in your control if the puck goes in the net.
So you mentioned getting frustrated, and that's passion, right? So, but how do you still continue to play within the system and to play your game even when you get frustrated?
I think it's just more confidence, maybe in myself, that I know even when things aren't going well, we and our team have the ability to score goals and to make things happen. And sometimes when you don't do the right thing, from past experiences that you can, it will go through, if you keep doing it the right way.
Now you're playing with Colby and Raymond. How did you like playing with them? Ray especially has really picked it up lately as of you.
Yeah, I like playing with them. They're both really smart. Colby's plays with a lot of pace, and then I think Ray, me and Ray kind of feel we think the game pretty similar. So I was excited to get with him because I played with him a lot last year, and just kind of feed off each other and kind of try to make little slip plays and stuff that we can get puck possession and get pucks back and stuff like that.
Got a long layoff between now and your next game. January 10th is the next game. What can you do? I know you've got finals next week, but what do you do to sort of keep focus and stay involved in the game and prepare yourself for that next game with that long layoff?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to try to mentally reset, just because every week's been kind of a grind. We've only had one off week, I think, so just kind of reset mentally and make sure my head's in the right space going into our next game, and make sure I'm kind of just mental reset, I guess.